mate. How's yours?
Fallen out.
Are we live?
I think we're live. Yeah. That was my welcome this week.
Okay, I'm still kind of still just setting up. My watch must have been a bit slow because I've now looked at the time and it's like late, but I was just taking it easy.
Very good, very good. How are you?
Not too bad, mate. Not too bad. I've had a haircut this week.
I see that. You're looking very sharp. Have you thawed out from yesterday?
No. Well, to be fair, I've kind of thawed out, but my car's now seized.
that is the thing about running in those sort of conditions, isn't it? I guess.
Yeah. Not ideal, but we at least got to go racing.
That is very true, which was exciting. I'd have liked to have been there. A little bit would have liked to have been there. Not the cold, wet, miserable bit, but the actual racing bit. But yeah, couldn't come because of Tier 3, which is a shame. But you boys did awesome there. But we'll come back to that in a minute or three. More importantly, what are you drinking?
So today we have a nice glass, a new glass. I got a new glass. Remember my fancy glass?
Yeah, what happened to that?
I smashed it.
Oh, what, out of rage?
The anniversary present didn't last very long. No, I was like, I don't know, I was next to the sink and I moved my elbow and smashed it onto the ground. Awesome. So yeah.
It was that rage, wasn't it?
Stemless wine glass.
Okay.
Still haven't got to grips with that.
More difficult to break?
Yeah. Easier to keep in one piece.
Throw it someone.
Got some nice wine in it.
What is in it?
No idea. Some red I found in the cupboard.
Fantastic.
I'll
look to that.
Yeah, there we go. So yeah, what are you drinking?
Predictably a red.
And predictably a Coke. There we go. Pepsi.
I get hot and thirsty doing these things. I've got a nice wine. I treated myself tonight. I've got a Chateau tonight.
Your favourite?
My favourite. Yep. I haven't had one for a while, so I thought, why not? Let's celebrate the fantastic result of the weekend with a bit of wine.
There you go. Exactly. Me too.
So, apart from the weekend, week's been good to you, kind to you? What have you been up to?
Yeah, so obviously we did a bit of testing last week at Hearts. Firstly, to get back on the track, and secondly, to work on a winter setup with Lewis. Obviously, We've done a bit at Hearts. But I thought it'd be good to go and work together and find a setup, which went really well. We did that on Friday. It was wet, but it was drivable. Yeah, cars were messy, but So we did that. That was good, and then obviously had to get it ready for Sunday. So I didn't go again Saturday. Lewis did, but they actually got no running in because it was even worse weather. Yeah, that was a good choice. I didn't go. And then, obviously racing on Sunday.
It was good to see, like from doing that bit of practice, that you guys got a setup sheet out there for everybody. I thought that was quite cool before the race. It's something that we always do before the nationals and stuff, but because we haven't done any this year, it falls by the wayside a bit. But yeah, it's nice to be able to go and do a bit of research and then give it off to the guys before they get to the race with tyres and setups and all that sort of stuff. What did you run tyre-wise in the end?
So I flitted between beta cubes and free rides. Obviously, we don't have the free ride and ultra soft because it's a pretty big soft tire as it is.
Yeah.
But I eventually went with cubes. Free rides felt nice to drive. They just lacked that bit of corner speed on the stuff that wasn't loamy. On the slippery stuff, they just didn't quite have it. But they were really nice to drive.
So a good club tire then, really.
I did change the insert in the free rides.
Yeah.
Just for a softer one to get them to be more squidgy, which worked well. But the Ultra Cubes were pre-glued out the bag on the car, and they'd done all of Friday and Sunday. I mean, obviously it's less tire wear in the wet, but it shows that they held up well.
Which is good, isn't it? That is definitely one thing with the winter running, that you can just run your tires over and over again, because that last bit of bite's never there, is it?
No, exactly. The bit of concrete that's not dry that rips your tires to pieces is not an issue.
Slide it in there, reverse it in there.
Reverse it in.
So we'll come back to team results. So that's the second time we've said that about that race, because it was an interesting race. Quite difficult to catch up on post it, because there seemed to be some interesting results from it. Do we have a closet feature? As I'm scrabbling to upload a video that we can use later on for a bit of fun, but it's not playing ball. So hopefully you've got a closet feature so I can keep trying to make this work.
Well, that's what I was just looking for as we kind of went on air, and I was literally going into the closet to look for one because.
Well, let's live go in that closet.
Yeah, I just don't know what actually is in there. It's scary. We've done my tool drive.
But we need to have a zoom. What is that? Purple
beer
a beer holder.
Yeah.
That cannot be the what's in the closet feature.
I know, but there's not much going on.
Don't open it up like that. That was very suggestive. Good Lord. I'm going to look away. I'm going to look away at the video.
Let me just have a look in my other closet. My other closet's normally got better stuff in it.
We need to have a follow Lee live to his other closet, if that's where the better stuff is at. That's where it's. That's where the cars keep coming out of. He seems to pull from the middle of nowhere. I'd like to know what's in those wicker baskets up the top there. And I've just realised we haven't done any shout-outs on the side, which is disappointing. I'll give Leroy his punishment when we get back. In readiness of the man coming back himself, I shall do some. So first online for us was Simon Lee, I think. Great to see you back at Hearts over the weekend. Look forward to having a bash at Nemo Racing in the new year when we can. Absolutely, Simon. We hope to get a race on very, very soon. The track is quite wet right now, but we're actually keeping on top of it as well. So Phil Truman, every day that it is not actually raining, we're draining everything off and getting it ready. So as soon as we can actually put a race on, we'll be doing so. Obviously, we're still in tier 3 with the track as well at the moment, which hopefully is going to change soon as our rate in our area has come down. Our area being the middle of absolutely nowhere, about 4 people live there. Anyway, it's coming down. So yeah, hopefully, I guess realistically, it's going to be into the new year now, unfortunately, which is a bit of a shame, but we'll get one on as soon as we can. And we look forward to welcoming you there and everybody else too. Nobby, evening chaps. Is this a competition to see who can say hi the earliest? Good Lord, Nobby, I've just seen that you were on at 6:48. That's impressive. We need to get a medal for that. It would have been a long wait, waiting for something to happen here. At least we weren't too late, only a minute late today. Ivan Bingham, hello, boys. Ivan, hello, mate. Have you been out with your truck? Give us an update. You've been burning out some nitro? I've nicked your segment, Leroy.
Sorry, crack on, mate. Crack on.
I've nicked your segment. I've got as far as Sarah Campbell. Evening from Sarah and Craig. Fantastic to see those guys online. They're always here supporting, so thank you very much for that. Into Quake. Quake, you always give us a rundown of Quake's been watching your builds or something's been going on with Quake. What's been going on with Quake this week?
Well, I've got Jonesy Cram next. He says hiya. I say hiya to Jonesy Cram. Mark with a C. Quakey boy, I haven't spoken to him much this week because I haven't been building live, but good to see him back online. Martin Waters, hi. Lee Talbot says boo with a little ghost symbol.
Talbotini. We don't normally see Mr. Talbotini on.
I think he probably watches, himself. He probably doesn't comment.
It's a secret watcher.
I guess he's got some time on his hands, considering he's been plugging his Instagram page and stuff in the last day. So
good. Just remember who shells you need to do first, Mr. Talbot.
Well, he done his own first.
Well, I mean, I think that's fair. To be fair,
To be fair.
Yeah.
He was talking to me about my shell earlier. Like, we're going to change it up a little bit for next year. So,
okay, what are you going to do?
I'm just going to add a bit more bright colours in it. I might even go for some yellow wheels.
You're getting old. That's going to bring us in to a subject that I've seen, a topic from our team that they wanted answering about wheel colours. But sorry, anyway, carry on.
Yeah, we're carrying on. So Gavin says, hi, chaps. Hi, Gavin. CJ, hi. Maliki says, hair looks goodly. Thank you very much. Martin Hart says, evening, gents. John Walton, evening, fellas. Kev Brunsden, Lee, you could have rebuilt it like the rest of us. Have you built your car already, Kev? Good work.
Done by the time Kev got home. He did it in the car on the way back.
Yeah. In reverse. Johnny Roberts says, hi, guys. Hi, Johnny Craig Homer. Evening, guys. Managed to go mud wrestling while marshalling yesterday. Did you go on your ass? I didn't see. Arvinda says, evening, Charlie Lock RC, my new mate Charlie. He says, here we go again. What's on the drinks menu? So we've done that one. Yeah, red wine. Yeah, we'll talk about Charlie's race in a bit. It was great to meet him, a new team member. Winston Barnett says, how do gang? Damien Tigwell says, hello guys, great to be back racing yesterday, and he loved it. It was great to see you as well. I'm glad you have fun with your brand.
I saw Damien was back there, which is good. Very good. Was that first time out? It might have been first time out with a car, I think.
Treating it nice on its first ever go out, throwing a brand new one down.
Exactly. Welcome to life.
Yeah. Glazer says, Tiggy Winkle is back. I think that's you. Quake says, week without a Nemo stream is a week not lived. Leon Morel is online. He says, now then, Sarah Campbell, Lee, is your wet weather car up by the wicker baskets? Yeah, that's it. You see it up there, the yellow one. That's what I can't work out this camera when it's backwards. Yeah, so that's my little boat. Say, good, Tim Simpson, good evening, guys. Missing the raceway. Heading back to Endor this weekend for some track time. Tim, you didn't let me know how you got on because it was going on Saturday.
Dominated.
So good to hear from you. Let you know how you got on. Let us know. Leon says if Talbot's body can do his body. Darren Keeble says, hi guys, nice to see you Sunday and well on the win. Thank you very much, Darren. Martin Owen says, hi guys, hi Martin. John Glasbrook, how did the pickup body shell handle? We'll go into that in a bit. Johnny Roberts, looking forward to getting the new shell and actually using my A319, and we're up to date.
Perfect. Yes, it's so cool to see so many guys, new and old, coming back into it with the 319s. It's been really, really good. It'd be nice when we can do the whole big team cuddle thing that we like to do with Nemo and get everybody there, and trackside, wherever that may be, and just having a big bash with it. Sounds wrong, doesn't it, as well? But,
like a big bash.
Yeah, exactly.
Scott says, can I stay up? No, Scott, you've got to go to bed. Yeah, it was cool. There was quite a few gamblers at the weekend. There was some 215s going around. There was 319s going around in all different heats and races, and it was wicked to see. Then I saw this fast one. I was marshalling. I saw this fast one going around 215. And I was like, who the hell was that? It was Carl Jackson.
Was that with the e-buggy?
But because Callum wasn't there, I just assumed Carl wasn't there.
Yeah. He's pretty handy, his Carl. He can still definitely wheel a car.
Yeah, he can. He's good, and he pitted for me in the final.
Well, look at that. Good lad. What was Carl's verdict?
He's all day, so my new mate.
What was Carl's verdict? He's usually pretty good at surmising a meeting.
Don't know really. No idea.
Fantastic.
It was wet. He went out in every race with his electric. Although it got me bad. So I was marshalling, obviously heat one, but the electric's going in heat one. And his car stopped in front of me, and he was doing the whole radio on the head, like trying to get it to work thing. I just assumed it was wet, so I was like shaking water out of it, and it wasn't going. And I just shook it like this in front of my face. And at that point, it hit full throttle and just covered me in mud, which was awesome. I seem to be the only marshal out there that came back like a fucking brown and black.
Was Carl doing this when that happened? Like,
no, he still stood there like that, trying to get me even more.
Exactly. That sounds like the ultimate blag to me.
Yeah. Oh, Lee, have a look at it for me, bro.
Yeah, exactly. And now I'll roost you.
And
marvelous.
I literally looked like someone had spray painted me brown. It was.
You're definitely making it quite. Like you messaged me and said how's it in the warmth of tier 3, which was a good message, I thought. And it was warm.
It was cold. That was the worst thing. I don't really care about the rain, but like working on your car and stuff was a bit cold.
Yeah, it's not quite as fun when it's like that. That is for sure. Sure.
It's some pretties these days.
In some sort of horrible little way, it was quite nice to see somewhere else that was wet. Having had to bear that pain at Nemo a few times.
Yeah.
But good that they got a meeting in. Do you want to go? Should we go into the results now? Should we bump it up as we've spoken about it so much? Or do you want to leave it till later?
Hold on, we got a closet feature. I just ran around my house.
Do it. You do that while I'm still trying to work this thing out.
It might not be the most exciting thing actually, so it might not take very long.
Okay.
But it's some old pictures.
Is it not that David Chung style visor that looked like you were getting out of your closet when we were just coming online? What was that
visor that is?
I don't know. It looked like a hat with a visor on it. Have you never seen, bless him, Tommy's dad wear his? You know the one. It's like a welding mask that sometimes comes out, which is pretty cool.
In there that looked visor-like. Got to be honest. It was probably I don't know. anyway, that's empty now.
Okay.
Not much stuff going on. So anyway, I found some pictures from 1998. This will be, I think.
Oh, I wonder if that'd work when you talk about pictures. I wonder if I held that up and then push play, whether that'd actually work. It probably would. I might try and do it that way. Absolutely mobbing me off at the minute, trying to get it to be in a format that will play on this thing.
So I've got some old pictures. This one I've put on my Instagram. Some people would have probably seen. Look at that.
Yeah, I've seen that. It looks like you won some things there.
Yeah, that was my first year of proper racing, I guess. I started in '97, but your first actual year is pretty pointless. That was when I kind of got into it, doing some nationals and stuff. And on there's a Yokomo MX-4, which we've obviously talked about. And if you can look close, if I can kind of get this there, you see how the front shock tail's white?
Yes.
Remember that bunny rabbit I've painted on it? There it is. And a B3 and a T3 and a Schumacher touring car, I think it was.
Wow.
And then there's, again, another picture with some cars. And then I've got lots of pictures here. I'll show you a cool one, which you'll like.
Think you like cars?
Hey?
Anybody would think you like cars.
I know, right?
Yeah.
There's actually a picture stuck together. What's that? Oh, that's rubbish. So this is my old setup when we went racing. That's our old caravan awning.
Very nice.
There's me dad and.
Who's the dependable Volvo in the background?
Yeah, that was a friend's. He lives in Newbury somewhere. And look at this. This is a bit of you. The original inflatable tent. The Schumacher.
Oh yes.
There it is.
Look at that! What a beastie.
That is massive. And they had to bring it in a trailer. So.
Wow.
And that's Robin Hood Raceway back in the early days when it was called Worksop.
Wow. So it's been there that long? I didn't realise that.
Oh, it's been since the 80s, yeah.
Oh, wow. I didn't realise that. That's cool.
Yeah, that's that.
Very, very cool.
And then one that you'll like right here, that's Craig Drescher's car being marshalled.
Look at that. Who's marshalling it?
I don't know.
It looked like a Thunder Tiger top.
No, that's an Associated top.
Is it?
That was the old Associated jackets, yeah.
It became the one. Right.
Everyone had one of them, but if it touched the soldering iron, you were basically like one of them people in films that goes on fire.
Excellent.
Like shell suit style.
That definitely wouldn't have been for me then, because I had a very good habit of burning myself with soldering irons when I was a little bit younger. I remember writing off a Kyosho team jacket. Mick was very unhappy with me putting holes and stuff in it.
Nice. And then remember we spoke about the MX-4 and the body that was just orange. There you go. There it is.
It's quite cool.
That's probably before it's.
Quite cool.
That's probably when it was brand new, before its first ever race. So yeah, I found that the other day, and I thought that'd be cool. Last minute kind of closet feature there.
Have you got a Cars That Rocked lined up for an incoming episode?
No, I haven't. I'm going to do a Christmas special though, and do some, maybe a couple or something. I don't know. I'll work something out. Work something fun out.
Make sure the Christmas hat comes back on for the Christmas special.
I will. I'll definitely have a Christmas hat on. We'll do a special Santa Claus one.
Perfect. So, other than Westmill, what else was going on at the weekend? Hastings.
So Hastings was on.
Winter Whip.
I don't know the result.
Harley GQ'd and won.
Oh, wicked.
Yaz was third.
Cool. And I know Stu Cartwright was in the A as well.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, which
That's
is good.
Yeah, after I got back last night, I was like not looking at my phone at results or anything.
That's what you get when you win stuff. Just say see you later, losers, and throw the phone on the floor.
Maybe. That's what you get when all you had to eat all day was a banana, because all you did was race, marshal, clean your car, change one thing, race, marshal, clean your car, change one thing. Yeah, I was starving by the time I left the track.
I can imagine.
So yeah, that was on, and Hearts was on, and I'm sure other things were on, but I don't know what they are.
No, there was a race on in the States. Tyler was doing his last race for us at that. He TQ'd and won that, which was very good.
Nice. Do we know where he's going?
Send it off. I think so, but not. I will leave that for him. Yeah. I know it's a bittersweet for us because he's such a good lad. He's been a good addition with Billy and stuff. Obviously done very, very well for us this year. And then after his last incredible result, where he was obviously chasing down for the win with all the fastest boys in the States, he was approached at that very race, with an offer to become a pro. So unfortunately, we couldn't match that. So yeah, we wish him very well. You can't stand in the way of someone moving forward and progressing their career. It's part of it if you're trying to do this thing for a living. Those opportunities don't come along every day, do they? So got to take them when you can.
I mean, yeah, fair play and take it, but man, I swear it was a lot harder to be a pro in my day.
Yeah, and I think it's just representative of market size in some ways, isn't it? It's definitely, certainly over here, is very difficult. And I wonder what the landscape will be in 2021. I think it's going to be a very different story for some over the good old days as such, because it's been such a constrained year for the whole industry at the very top end anyway in terms of competition. It's going to be interesting to see. I think we're going to see some more fairly big changes come up.
Yeah, me too. So yeah, let's talk about the race we actually know about and went to.
Yes, so Westmill, obviously fantastic. Well done, great result. I saw you won. I saw Lewis was flying too. He had 2 podiums in the 2 races that were apparently going on at Westmill, which is something new. Didn't know that you could do that. We should do that. We should definitely do that. What we'll do is we'll do a race, and I'm going to cancel it after. I'm going to put myself in an early heat. I think I'm going to cancel it after that and just give the results on quali.
Yeah,
and then go home.
It was a strange thing to do. I kind of see why they did it as a club, because it was wet and
it did look very wet.
Yeah, but in my opinion, if you run once, you may as well stay all day and run, as long as you're safe in the knowledge that your engine's not going to get wet or anything silly. If you don't want to risk it, don't risk it. But if you're just doing it because your car gets dirty, mate, just go and run, because it's already dirty, it's already wrecked anyway. So carry on. Ultimately, and yeah, a few guys went home. Jamie obviously went home, and Sai went home.
Yeah,
absolutely fair enough. But then it was just a bit like, oh, we're going to do a podium picture for the guys that are going to go home because they don't want to race the final, and then people that want to race can stay, and then we'll do another thing. And it was just like, okay, fair enough. I didn't care, mate. It's a club race.
No, it makes no difference at all. It's a club race. And
I'm staying to race, whatever. I was even going to stay and practice if they decided not to bother.
Perhaps we should do that for every race, because then you get to, I like winners. I like the fact of celebrating winners. We don't like doing that as a nation for some reason. I've never actually massively worked that one out. But so yeah, we've got two sets of winners. So Jamie won the first race up until the end of qualifying, running Piranha for the first time, I believe, which was very cool. Very complimentary.
He kept saying it was awesome and this and that. Yeah. So great. Also, he's taken a LMR full thrust body. It fits straight on the RC8, and he's getting one painted up.
Good, that's awesome. So welcome, Jamie, to running some of our stuff with that. Good to see a podium lockout from qualifying with the fuels, actually, I think, because Lewis was second, wasn't he? And third was Dylan?
Yeah, so it would be top 5 lockout.
Well, there we go.
Yeah,
can't say much more than that. That's absolutely awesome. And then on to the race itself. A really good race for us. We obviously don't always get down to Westmill these days with everything else that's going on. It's difficult to support all of the races that are happening, especially since we've got our own venue as well. But really good team showing. I think we had 5 cars in the final. I think Richard Palmer made it in as well. I think.
Yeah, possibly. Richard just got a car, right?
Yes.
So he wasn't running it.
Okay. Well, so nearly it's going to be 5.
Yeah. So anyway, for the cars that were there,
4 in the top 5.
So yeah, 4 went straight in, and 4 finished in the top 5, which was awesome. Really good to see. Really good race with Lewis. It was really fun. And we juked it. I think they did a 12-minute main. I think that's how long it was. So we only stopped once, but we juked it out. It was good fun. It's good. It's good. And everyone kind of clubbed together and worked well and helped each other because we needed to. Because myself, Charlie, Kev, all needed a bit of help in the pits at certain points because we come on our own basically. So it's good to see everyone helping each other. Mr. Jones was great because obviously he wasn't having to marshal and stuff, so he was helping pit and do odd jobs like cleaning my car when I was marshalling. So yeah,
Cool.
it was just awesome all around, really, mate, to be honest.
Yeah, very good. It doesn't get a better result than that, does it, as a team, I think? And really good, like we said, to see some of the new guys running the cars for the first time, getting on very well in what has to be said, really tricky conditions. I know Craig Homer, he sent me a message quite late last night just to say, as soon as he got out of the pit lane and done 2 or 3 corners, he knew he'd made the right decision with coming back into the fold. Just very easy to drive and did all the things and stuff that he wanted. And I said to him, well, if you like it in those conditions, you're going to love it once it's thawed out a little bit and you've got some traction in the track, because they were extreme conditions you guys were racing in. And I think it is actually cool that you were racing, and like you said, if you qualified, you might as well carry on and have a race up in that. It's dirty already. I was actually surprised watching the video back because an anonymous person sent me into in the video of your last lap or lap and a half. Just how good the cars looked in conditions that looked pretty wild.
They were pretty mega. I mean, so speaking for myself, obviously worked on the setup on Friday.
Yes.
And it was good. And then when I turned up, we didn't go out for practice because we'd been there recently, so it's kind of no point. But round 1, I had electrical gremlins. The joys of running in the rain is
part of it.
It was such a nightmare round 1. So I've started, like, everything's fine. I've warmed my car up with a radio like an hour before just to check everything works. Everything was fine. So I'm like, I know my Samwa stuff's good and I know our radio tray's good. So I'm like, right, okay, perfect. And then I put it on the track. And after Friday, so I cleaned my car down and lubed everything to make sure it didn't seize. But I took the engine tank out, but I didn't take the radio tray out. So I did one corner from my first lap, like my one warm-up lap. I did one corner and the steering screw fell out. But it didn't touch it all Friday, so I did a whole Friday, and then when you turn up on a Sunday, you do one corner and it falls out. So I got rushed back to the pits, and then I had to find Mark found a nut and managed to get it on. I managed to start the clock, but like I literally had to sneakily cut the track to make the line, otherwise it would have been a write-off anyway. Wow. So I got no laps and just went straight into qualifying, and the engine was like, I don't know, it must have been about 40 degrees because it was being water cooled, and I hadn't run that engine Friday, and it was so that was a fun one. And then I didn't even finish because the car stopped. It had a runaway, and I was like, oh man! So not only if the screw fell out, now I've got an electrical problem.
Wow!
So I get back to the pits. I'm like, I know everything should be fine because we've run in the wet a few times and it's been fine. So I'm looking at everything and I'm like, well, that's fine. The receiver keeps flashing on and off. I found out the only part of my electronics that's outside of our box where I connect my battery.
Yep.
The battery had corroded and it was creating a false connection. So that was it. Change the battery. It's all good to go. And then ran all day then. But you're on the back foot already, aren't you? So
made it more fun. Yeah, exactly.
So then we changed a few things. Round 2, round 3, it was getting better. But I didn't have time in qualifying to change the shocks really because I wanted to try other things because we don't get the chance to run in the wet that often because we don't want to. But what better chance do we get to test than actually racing? So and then I finally had a bit of time so I could change the shocks for the final, and it transformed my car. We went so low on shock oil.
Really?
Yeah. So I ran 25 all round beta.
Jesus.
So Lewis was on 30-25, and I think Kev was on 30-25.
Right.
Which for everyone out there that's watching, that's like 250 CSC, so it's like crazy low.
Yeah.
But doing that just made my car so mega. It didn't feel too soft. It just did everything perfect. We ran funky roll bar setups. Like we didn't run a roll bar on the front. I ran a 2.5 in the rear. Lewis ran a 2.3 or a 2.4.
Okay.
I'm not sure what Kev ran on roll bars in the end, but we both benefited from that. And honestly, it was like driving around the dry, really. Apart from random bits that you'd hit where it's like aquaplaning.
Yeah.
Everything was pretty good. They were
done. Yeah, it was good to see Lewis really up to speed as well. There's not many races in with us now, so it's good to actually finally get a bit of testing before a race somewhere and then go there and show what he can do. It looked close. The last lap and a half looked close. So
Oh, it was
the whole
definitely close. I was on max attack to be there with him. You know, he'd been stellar through qualifying. He had a couple of twos, and I think the last round, he TQ'd, so 2 twos and a 1.
Yeah.
And, you know, he was confident. The day we'd done on Friday, it obviously, you know, helped quite a lot with the confidence in the car, with the setup. We'd made a lot of changes. It's very different to what we'd normally run, I'd say.
Yeah.
With the rear end, the front end. So what we did was we worked on the rear end to make it understeer everywhere. And then we went massive on the front to try and get it to steer.
Yeah.
So instead of like looking for steering by taking it away, we gave it everything, and then we went to find more.
Make it aggressive on the front end.
Yeah, which worked really well. Because, you know, generally you'd go, I need more steering, you'd take a bit of grip from the rear. But we tried not to do that. We just tried to get as much as we could. So that worked. And he was just super dialed. Driving round and round and round. So to you know, I'm a finals driver. I don't like qualifying so much, but
well, definitely a finals driver.
it was great to be able to hang on and make it a proper race and push him all the way. And if I'm honest, I really wanted him to win, but I wasn't going to let him have it.
There's time's coming. Shall we try and play the last lap and a half? I'm going to do it.
Yeah. Let's see. You can play it.
Let's see whether that's going to work. Probably better than uploading the video.
Get close. I suppose it's hard to see. Yeah. This is
here we go. This is it. So Lewis is coming in behind you. Slips in the inside. Look at that, cheeky. But very nicely waits there.
Oh yeah.
I tell you what, when I first saw that, I was like, that's impressive that we didn't break one of those cars, because that was at VMAX in very cold weather at the end of the straight into a chunk of pipe.
You know what? I never worried me. I know it's strong.
So do I. Just don't know how this shit goes down normally, and you suddenly go from I've got first and second to
2 broken cars.
Yeah, exactly. So super cool, and obviously that was backed up with Kev as well in 4th, I think.
Yeah, so Kev 4th. I mean, he had a horrendous first lap. So Kev is the first and last lap man for me.
I completely agree. If we could fix either one of those on a particular weekend, he'd be laughing.
Yeah, I mean, Kev can race for 4 minutes. The problem is, at 1 minute, either at the start or the end, he messes it up.
Yeah, something doesn't work. Yeah, we could be TQing it by 9 seconds, and then we'll have a 65-second last lap for whatever. So we're going to work on that.
That's what happened. He started well. He was just in front of me going over the whoops. And then it ended up on his roof in the corner. I think he must have gone too tight on the pipe, so I can't remember.
Hate that section. If we ever even contemplate about putting a whoop section in our track, shoot me, because they are rubbish.
Shall I tell you why they don't work?
Go on.
They don't work with 4-wheel drive cars.
I don't think they work with anything.
They do, because a 2-wheel drive over the whoops is awesome. So when we do dirt races at Reedy Race or whatever, and they have a whoop section, with a 2-wheel drive, it's awesome. You put a 4-wheel drive out there where the front axle grabs, and it's absolute shit. I think because you can get that kind of motocross, you can just hold the throttle on it, just
on the back wheels.
The 4-wheel drive like grab.
I can see that. Yeah,
everything.
But I just know an 8 scale, they're poo. They're always poo. They're always random. You can hit them like 9 times out of 10 and be fine, and then the one time you hit them, you go off like Mario Kart's put a banana there, and you think, well, that's shit. Yeah. They never add anything into a racetrack, because it's supposed to be a racetrack, not an obstacle course.
Yeah, so I agree. But yeah, so Kev could have easily been 3rd, but he was 4th, and then our old man boy Darren was 5th.
Yeah, very good result. I know Darren was playing around with running some soft wishbones and narrowing the track down a little bit to get a bit more aggression and bits and pieces, which I think he seemed to think worked quite well. He's a wily old fox on that. I know he's been working with Graham on some of that sort of stuff. So good that it's all stuff that we have up on the shelf, options there. For anyone that doesn't know, we do both the front and rear wishbone in a soft compound, if you like, of plastic, which is inherently actually a little bit narrower as well. So you can then play with offset and scrubs and all sorts of stuff that you probably don't want to play with. because you probably don't. It works very well out of the box, but still interesting to see that we have those options there. Something that you guys should have a look at as well, I guess, Leroy.
Yeah,
to work well.
Yeah, I spoke to Phil, our man Phil, about it. Well, he messaged me and offered the idea up, which I thought was quite a good idea. We just didn't have time to try it on Sunday.
Yeah. It gets away from you, like you say, when you're prepping. But yeah,
I mean,
so a good weekend was had.
Every run, so
Yeah, good weekend was had by all then, really, I would say, mate, on that.
Yep, yeah, definitely. Yeah, and we had some quite cool stuff planned. I was going to go testing with Lewis quite a lot in the next week odd, but now he's gone into tier 3. It might be a bit tough.
Yes, we'll have to put him on the books, put him on an apprenticeship, and then we can carry on.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, it's changed our plans for this week, unfortunately, but we'll get there.
Yeah, exactly. So what's next? That's probably going to be rounding it out in terms of racing this year now with the new additions of Westmill area and London area and everything into tier 3.
Yeah, so I don't know what's planned to be on next weekend. I'm sure there'll be something. Maybe guys on the side can let us know what races are on next weekend. Indoor, outdoor, 10 scale, 8 scale. Let us know. Obviously, I'd love to go and do something. Because I've got me racing buzz now. I was so excited to be there at the weekend. You know, it's like being able to go back racing again after 6 weeks or whatever.
Yeah,
it was awesome.
Yeah, shall we catch up on the side with some comments and stuff? Questions anyone's got? I think I've seen a few rolling in on the side, and I've got some from our boys and girls.
Yeah, it's been a bit quiet on the old comments because I think everyone's just enjoying what we're saying, really.
I wouldn't that far.
So Derek McCloskey said, "Evening, gents," 4 times. He's probably having some internet connections, or he just really loves us. Good old Derek. I hope he's enjoying 319 as well. Be good to see Derek again soon. He's all right. Good lad.
I've got some good news actually. I felt really rough before I came onto this, to the point of like sick rough, and yeah, chat enough to Pap fixes that. I don't feel rough anymore.
It's amazing how that happens, isn't it?
It is, isn't it? Yeah.
Sometimes the morning
better than a lemsip. No, sometimes it doesn't work.
So right, yeah. Stuart Baldridge, evening. I haven't seen you for a while, Stu. Hope all is well. Sharon Brunson said she's just joined. Good to see results from yesterday. Hi, Sharon, and hi, Remy Martin. Quake. I could imagine Quake. I could imagine more people getting on the track as coronavirus stuff cools down. Kind of cools down. Kind of gets worse depending on what's going on over here, anyway. Since many people, including myself, got into RC during lockdown. Oh, he's a lockdown guy.
That's cool. That's very cool.
That is very cool.
Yeah.
Like that. I'll tell you a fact about lockdown. So I reckon this could happen a bit with RC, but we need to find a way to do it. So everyone bought a bike in lockdown.
Yes.
So they're saying people that kind of went out and bought a mountain bike, so not just like a bike riding around the street, something they're actually going to ride properly. They say if 10% of the people that bought a mountain bike this year are still doing it in 5 years, it's still grown to where it was last year.
Really?
Yeah. So only 10% of the people carrying on doing it. It's still way bigger than what it was in 2019.
Wow.
Mad.
Incredible. That is.
And I think we need to do something with RC where all these people have gone out and bought RTRs and stuff, and we need to find a way to get them to a track and then get them involved.
Yeah, definitely. 100%.
Start the RTR series. Remember Tamio Euro Cup and stuff like that? I need to find a way.
Definitely. We were having a chat with Mr. Truman about something very similar to that, actually. Obviously, we've got a specifically for the track, we've got a ready to run 8 scale product that we're looking at potentially doing with that mindset there of having a class that's super easy for people to come to, take it out of the box, run it. It's affordable and sensible, and get them into what is an awesome hobby. So definitely up for that, mate. Having some like real proper beginner classes where they feel not intimidated to come and use their car because they don't feel good enough and all that sort of stuff. Because for me, you've just got to get on with it, haven't you? You've got to get to a track and go around it because it's so different from driving up and down the street. We're going to try a lot of the track.
We need to, some people. I never remember it being a problem just to turn up. I was a kid, you know what I mean? You just turn up and you just drive, whatever. I'm sure I was scared at the time. But we need to to change that feeling of
Yep.
being a bit worried.
Definitely. Yeah, just come and get involved. Exactly.
Yeah,
We'll find a way.
We'll work on that. We'll put some plans together. So where was I?
Did you answer Mike Hunt's "Will everybody eventually drive an S-Works" question?
I'm just about to. I was just onto that now. So Mike Hunt, will everyone eventually drive for S-Works? Maybe. No,
maybe so.
It's one of these things, you know. They're doing a lot. They're pushing a lot.
Yeah, doing a good job.
And it's doing well for them at the moment. But these things do go around in circles. But the guy that runs it, Max, is a clever dude, and he's pushing.
Yeah, and they deserve their moment with it too. I think, you know, they're trying hard, aren't they? They're raising the profile of it and stuff. We've covered this on previous episodes and stuff. So, but ultimately, I think it doesn't matter how good you do with anything. There's always that competition element. There's always that somebody will want something different, and so everybody won't be driving an S-Works. I'm absolutely sure of that.
Yeah, they'll never be there. It will always stay the same. The market share will just move around like it does.
Yeah.
Quake, I remember something about JQ being brought up a while back. What's up with it? Is there some kind of drama surrounding JQ? Nah, I like JQ, but he's a very outspoken dude who speaks his
best
mind.
new friend.
Hey?
He's your best new friend.
Best new friend.
You like JQ at the minute. You're in a like JQ campaign.
Well, no, I can see why people like him. I can see why people hate him.
He's just misunderstood.
He is misunderstood. I've always kind of liked JQ. And you know what you get with him? He's never a sly guy, is he? He's just what he is.
Definitely not. Yeah.
But he's very outspoken and can definitely wind up a lot of people the wrong way. Chewy Gaming, evening Chewy. We still need to get you online. And how are we all? Good. Quake. Again, Quake. Funny that I managed to lose one of the SG4410 screws. Get some.
Yeah, we can fix that.
Yep,
no problem.
Chris James, any pics of the track as to how wet it was? I think that's Hearts. Yep.
Not instantly, but there was some on Facebook, I think.
Yeah, I put some out. I did a little report today, so if you have a little scroll through there, you can see the track.
Now, did you do the report, or was that a Claire report?
No, that was me.
It was very good. That sounded like I was surprised.
I've never done one of these.
No, it was very good. Awesome.
Thanks. Claire was there, though, but we saw her very sparingly as she just got out of the car to say hi to Kevin, got back in the car because it was warm.
Well, yeah, the weather was pretty poo. Yeah.
Right. So, yes, CJ, just check our Facebook page. I did video water running through the track at one point, like a stream.
Yes.
Hold on. There we go. Simon Lee, why was it your rear shock collar looked really low on your cars? So our softest shock spring, the grey-blue, all our springs are the same length. I'm guessing they're different coils. Yeah. So all our springs are the same length, different coils. But obviously, if a softer spring, because the actual spring's the same length, you need a lot more preload to get up to ride height. So that's the only reason, mate. I thought about it once when I put them first on. I'm like, I picked up a front spring, but no, it's just how soft they are. And to get it to preload, that's what you need to be at. Charlie Lock booked into Endor on the 20th. So Endor have a race on the 20th.
Okay. Good track.
James. Scotty F said South Coast is on this weekend.
Cool.
We love going down South Coast, and that might be where I end up. It's a wicked track, South Coast.
It is.
Chewy Gaming, 8th at Northwest Nitro Blackpool. So anyone up there, get up there. I won't be able to go up there. Charlie Lock, it'd be good to see some more Agamas there. I don't think we can because is it not tier 3 at Endor now, or is it Trops?
I don't know. I've given up trying to keep track of all of that stuff, to be fair, mate.
I'll use my setup, Charlie, and win, and then you'll see some Agamas start arriving, I'm sure.
Boom. Come on, Charlie.
Alan O'Brien says hello. He's our newest team driver, which I haven't announced yet. So this is kind of his announcement, but I'll put it on Facebook tomorrow.
Welcome to the team.
welcome, Alan, and we'll look forward to having you. He's going to come down to the raceway when he can, but he's a Scottish lad. Fastest guy in Scotland.
Very good.
Yep. Chewy Gaming says there's 10th at Bury and Southport up north. Stuart Baldry's been painting. Jonathan C, full thrust for the win. Jonathan's
is the man,
our resident designer. So thank you to that guy and maker of the molds. Legend.
Yep, 100%.
Manny Panasar, hey you guys. See, Manny, when you come up and do something like that, I want more pirate stuff.
Arr.
Arr, arr. Essex Carpet Clash was the 20th, but now cancelled as they've gone into Tier 3.
Yeah, that's a shame.
Sharon says hello again. Winston Barnett says, yo, Mike Hunt, what's your feeling on the fuel situation in Europe? John.
Ooh, that's a good question, and obviously one that's evolving right now. So for anyone that's not following that, there are some new guidelines that were supposed to come into fruition in February of 2021, where the maximum nitro content is 16%. It's my understanding of that is still going to happen, and that law will pass, and it will mean that people have to run 16%. However, there is some thought that maybe because there is distributors around that have got large quantities of 25%, where they've had to maybe bring in a container of the fuel into their local markets and stuff like that, that it doesn't give enough time to be able to sell that through, that you would be able to run the 25% nitro fuel as long as you bought it before that February date. So that's quite misleading in some ways, and probably disadvantages those that can't stockpile fuel, and then theoretically people could have an advantage in running 25% where others have got to run 16 because they're buying their gallon in April or May or whatever it might be. My understanding for the UK is it's not going to work like that, and it probably will be 16% from that date, but I haven't had or seen any confirmations on any of the above. So I think that's a happening topic. It's a Brexit topic, that one. In any which case, we've had 16% in our fuel Piranha for many years, so we've got a very, very good blend, and I think absolutely you're going to put it in your tank and probably not notice much difference. Worst case, to get a little bit of power back, you might take a shim out of the engine, but
pipe.
Yeah, exactly. Put a beta pipe on it, get some bang for your buck back from the pipe, which is a very good suggestion. That actually, Leroy, that will negate most things for most people. It's one of those things where everybody will be up in arms for about 2 minutes. It will be a complete non-event, and in 6 or 8 months' time, we'll all be running 16% nitro and not thinking anything of it. Just exactly the same as it was when we went from 30% to 25%, and everyone's like, "Oh my god, my engine's not going to run on 25%. It's going to be so slow. It's going to get hot. It's going to do all of these other things." And obviously, as we all know, it made no difference whatsoever.
Yeah, I was just about to say the 30 to 25. We used to use sometimes 16 at Neo to smooth it out and give you extra runtime.
Yeah, exactly. I think it will be a non-event. For me personally, I'd like it to just be a very clear rule of from this date, it's this. I think having the possibility of being able to stockpile your fuel and saying, well, here's my receipt, I bought it in January and I bought 10 boxes of it. I'm not a massive fan of that personally. For me, I think that is a disadvantage for people that can't do that or don't have the opportunity to do that, which I'm not a fan of. But maybe that will get dropped. I haven't seen that that's actually confirmed that that's what's happening. Yeah, I guess we'll know in the next few weeks, really, because it's going to be soon upon us, that one, isn't it?
Yeah. Watch this space. This space. Craig Homer says spec class. I'm guessing that's about our little RTR program.
Yeah.
Lee Mag says, are we guaranteed a place in the Easter race if they've pre-booked?
I would say very likely. Very likely. At the end of the day, you guys are on there first. You're putting your names down first. We definitely appreciate that. And so we will definitely want to make that commitment to you guys as well, where at all possible. We probably are oversubscribed now, or very near to it. And we're holding back a few places because hopefully we're going to have some good big names come and join us to make it a really good international event. Some of those already booked in, some we're working on. But yeah, if you were one of the early guys, for me, I'm speaking on behalf of Leroy, but for me, 100% we'd want to have you guys in there, because you're there first supporting us. So I think that's how it should work, really.
Yeah, exactly. Luke Hobson, how hard is it to run nitro on your own, no pitman?
I think that's a good question, Luke. I think it's can be quite hard, honestly, unless you've got a good team around you. So, like obviously with us, you'd always find some help. There's some of our competitors, like we were saying with S Works. I think they're out in force at most of the races. They'll all be happy to help. Even the techno guys as well. I think they do a good job in their markets where they're strong. So I would say wherever your local track is, have a good look around, and perhaps go with the prevailing brand in that area, or us, and you will find some help. I think the HCL guys are good at realizing that we all need a bit of help with it. Like Leroy was saying, we had quite a few of the guys rock up to Westmill without pit people, and they all managed to get through the day, and everybody chipped in. So I think if you put yourself out on your own with a product that's not run by anybody, it can be quite difficult, unless you've got a good charisma, and then it'll be easy, I guess. But yeah, just choose something that's well supported wherever you race, and you won't go too far wrong. We're a friendly bunch, I think, as a whole.
Yeah, definitely. Chris James, key thing for newbies arriving: tell the established drivers not to criticize newbies' pride and joy. I mean, that's a pretty good point.
100%. Yeah,
it's hard when some guys come to a track and the instant thing is if it doesn't work to put it down or whatever. But for me, it's try and get it to work for them because they've gone out and they've bought it, and it is their baby. And
I actually think that's a massively valid point in new people coming into the sport. And even we've all been guilty of it with the truck class in the past, and to a smaller extent perhaps with the e-buggy class in the past, and we have a laugh and a joke about it because we think it's funny, but it's probably not. And those guys coming in, like you say, with those cars, that's their pride and joy, and who are we to say that that's not good enough? So I think that's a good point, and we should all be welcoming to anybody, whatever they've got. 100%, doesn't matter what it is.
Yeah, definitely embrace it. I remember a little short course temp scale nitro car that came to our track. You remember?
Yeah, it was cool though, wasn't it? It was awesome.
Coolest thing I've ever seen go around.
I wanted one.
Yeah, I wanted one. It was so cool. But
I didn't even know that class existed with a four-wheel drive, and it was cruising around. It looked awesome.
Yeah, it was wicked. Phil Truman, RTR One Make Series, Arrive and Drive. I like the RTR One Make Series. The Arrive and Drive thing sounds like hard work for you, Phil.
It sounds like arrive and lots of breakages, but it does get people through the doors. Back to that Goodwood Festival of Speed stuff that we spoke about before. People just being able to rock up, and it surprised me actually at the track. And I said this before on one of these, how many walk-ins we have that are like, "Oh, this is cool. What's this?" And I think to be able to go, well, have a try, see what you think to it, is driving's believing, isn't it? At the end of the day, I think once you ever go with one, you're probably bitten.
So I'm suffering, or not suffering, but I'm going through the same kind of thing as this right now, but with airsoft.
With what? Airsoft?
Yeah.
You just want to shoot people,
basically.
That's really what it is.
Scott did it.
Who in your mind? Don't lie on this. Who in your mind are you thinking of as you shoot the person? Because it's not the person. And don't say me, because that's not very nice. So anybody else?
I haven't shot anyone yet. Can we revisit that next week after I've shot someone?
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
So this airsoft. Scott did a paintball party last week for his birthday, and they had loads of airsoft guys there, and I was like, "This looks pretty cool," because they're all geared up. Some people will say, "I look at them idiots in a field playing with it'll be guns," but they say the same about us with cars. And instantly, I was like, "Oh man, this actually looks quite good." So the weekend just gone, I went back up because they had a little shop there. It's only 10 minutes away from my house, and they had a little shop there, and it felt like RC but different.
Yep.
And got involved. So I've already got a gun because I'm kind of hooked. And then tomorrow I'm going to a range to shoot it and try some different ones. And where am I going with this? What was I saying? Oh yeah. And then so it's kind of the same thing. Like you can turn up and you start talking to someone. It's like, oh, my gun's 500 quid, and they got little lipo batteries and stuff in them now. You need a lipo battery. You need a charger. You need a case for it. And you can instantly be scared
It's
off.
the same story then, isn't
Yes,
it? Really?
You can be scared off by this is £1,000.
Yeah.
And what they've already done, which we haven't, as RC as a whole, is you can arrive and you can pay 50 quid, and everything all day is free. So you turn up, you get all your shit, you get overalls, you get 2 guns, you get all your balls, all your balls paid for. Someone looks after you and makes sure everything works. You get free lunch, and then you go home, and that's 50 quid. And I was just like, oh yeah, well, I'll do that easy, no worries.
Yeah,
that's what we need for our guys.
Yeah, which is the RTR class, isn't it? At the end of the day, arrive and drive, give them a crash course on what they do, and let them loose and have a go.
Yeah, just here you go. This is what happens. You could even, put them into a race as such. You have one heat that's purely based around this, and that's how you get people hooked.
Yeah,
because that's getting me hooked. Because I know I don't have to spend £1,000, but I can go and have a go to see if I like it.
Yeah.
And then
I like that.
Carry on.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Anyway,
coming Nemo Raceway very soon.
Actually, the guy that I bought the gun from, who had the little shop there, was an RC addict as well. So it all worked out.
Good.
Man, there's been a lot of comments. Where am I? I saw someone just booked into the race, so we must have panicked him into a booking in.
Good.
Right, Chris James. I'm not saying Nemo drivers do it, just at club events in general. For the last.
Yep. Agreed.
Yep. We agree, mate. Entirely. John Glasberg. Impossible to race without a pitman. I mean, impossible to race without a pitman, but only while you're on the track. Like, don't think you need a guy to stand there all day just for your own sake.
Got to grab someone.
Yeah, we can turn up and we all.
And buddying up. Buddying up works, doesn't it? Find someone that looks like they might need some help as well, and try and I'll do you, you do me. Who misses kind of a scenario.
I did that with Charlie, but I ended up not helping him because I had to marshal. So he helped me.
Who helped Charlie?
I got someone to help him, which was Mark.
Good.
And if you do buddy up with someone who does know other people, it's quite easy then to. I mean, you grow the amount of people you know and help out instantly.
Yeah.
Alan O'Brien thinks JQ is a bit of a legend, thinks he's hilarious, just says it as it is, no filter. Yes, I agree to somewhat, of course.
I wouldn't want to be his bank manager.
No. I wouldn't want to be his advisor on social media either.
No. Well, same sort of a thing, really.
I think he found his niche with eBay because you can be outspoken and no one can talk back.
On what? What did you say? eBay?
eBay? Why did I say eBay? YouTube.
Right. Okay, that's good.
Sorry. eBay.
I thought there was this whole thing that I'm missing on eBay. Yeah, on YouTube. Yeah, exactly. He can be that guy. He can be that guy.
Rossi problems. He may well be in a chance for a win. Yeah, Charlie had a few engine flame-outs at the weekend with his Nova, and I suspect that it has a small bearing issue due to some wet running he's done all week, but it's relatively new, so I would get that bearing checked out.
Yep, definitely.
Shooter Rock Man and Johnny Roberts, he's the fastest guy in his house.
No doubt.
Probably of all them trainers, I'm not surprised he runs around a lot.
Yeah, exactly.
And O'Brien's, thanks. Quake, I kind of like JQ's bluntness. Let's get off the JQ thing. DJ, is nitro percentages like octane rating?
No.
It's similar though, you'd say.
I guess so.
Runs a bit better and a bit cooler with a higher octane, higher nitro as such.
Yeah.
And it does wear the engine out fast. Oh yeah. I mean, the engines last longer and stuff, won't they?
Yep, you should do. Yeah.
John Walton, nitro on road, been running 16% for a few seasons and no loss of speed and power.
Exactly.
Quake, the EU now wants to dictate what nitro percentage we can run. I'm getting really sick of this now. We also need a license to fly toy drones after the 31st December.
Welcome to the new world that we're going to be living in. There's going to be,
I didn't think we had to deal with EU shit anymore.
Well, we don't. But by not dealing with the EU shit, it opens up another whole load of, for us, bigger shit in the background when we're trying to sell into Europe and work into Europe. I was looking through some of it today with what we're going to have to do with Shopify, which is our platform that we use for the online shop and stuff like that. It's an amount of work, which is disappointing. Very disappointing. But yeah, get used to it. I think there's going to be some stuff coming along like that.
Yeah.
Sadly.
Lovely job.
It'd be fun.
Manny Panassar, it was from a pirate film, kind of. That was for his, whatever he said. Hey, you guys, there you
go. So I've only known Manny a while, but anytime I see Manny at a race, I'm happy. Because Manny just loves RC. That's what it looks like from the outside to me. He's there. He's enjoying it for exactly all the right reasons. It doesn't seem to get bent out of shape when it doesn't work out. Just like a poster pirate child of going RC racing, which I think is cool.
I agree.
And he likes rum at about 12 o'clock at night.
I'm just going to find a picture on Facebook. It popped up the other day. You keep talking for a sec.
I was just saying, Chewy Gaming saying my name is down. I guess that might be the ping that you might have heard for a race entry, maybe on Chewy Gaming.
Maybe
be good. Be awesome if you're coming to our race. I might be putting 2 and 2 together and making something that's not 4, but you never know. John Walton, I think rules regarding the use of nitro will get tighter over time, and we could see nitro engines slowly disappear. I think you might be right, John. I hope that you're not, and I hope that doesn't happen. But maybe you might be right, but it'll be a while. Good Lord. What are we looking at now?
So that is going left to right here on my screen. I don't know if that collates to the phone, but my dad, Ian Bolter, Nick Dow, Manny Panassar, Mike Penfold, and then me down below.
What, is Manny in the red?
Manny's in the red, yes.
Look at him.
Look at that legend.
He's been around a while then. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that was in 2000, I think.
I think it's Clooney. I definitely think he's Clooney. He looks better now than he did in 2000. So rum is the answer.
And that was his last ever race before he come back.
Honoured that he's back racing 8 scale with one of our cars.
Yeah. I put him into retirement basically. We got one. So where did you get to, mate?
We had got to John. We were talking about Mr. Walton about the use of nitro and whether the regulations tightening over time would see it slowly disappear. And I think there is some chance that might happen. Hopefully, that's many years away. But you know, real cars are going electric. Everything's going electric, whether you like it or not. That's kind of the way that the world is evolving. So I guess hopefully RC can be a niche for a while. But yeah, I guess that might be a thing. This whole nitro stuff is as far as I'm aware, due to terrorism and stuff, and trying to make less combustible things that are easily available to go and buy at your local model shop if you ever. So yeah, I guess it could happen.
Yeah.
Hope not.
Leon Morrell, John, please offer Luke Hobson my old rental car if he fancies to try at Ape.
Perfect. Thank you, Mr. Leon, Mr. Morelli.
Winston Barnett, hey everyone, renewed the BRCA membership for next year. Not yet, mate. Not yet. You?
When we go back to rentals, we should definitely just recover that. Anybody that wants to come and have a go with any of our stuff, just drop us a message on any of your favourite platforms, and we will get that organised. It'll either be my car or Leroy's car, or there will be something made available, or Leon's car. There'll be something made available for you to come and have a go and see what it's all about.
Yep, definitely. Luke Hobson saying hi to Leon. Derek McCloskey says shotgun. He's good with a shotgun. Although no, I didn't get a shotgun, mate. So Derek's like, he was almost an Olympian for shotgun.
Very happy.
Truman, there you go, Arrive and Drive. Winston Barnett, regarding Easter Nemo race, will entries be published within a good time scale to ensure hotel bookings travel? Yes, of course, mate.
Yeah, absolutely.
Craig Homer, so there's quite a lot of comments. Craig Homer, do you guys get as annoyed as I do when you tell people you race RC cars and they say, how old are you?
No.
To be honest, I embrace it. Like, a few people used to say, I tell people we're going go-karting or whatever. I'm like, no, who cares, man? You're racing an RC car. And they've probably all heard of it at some point with someone of their friends doing it. I used to have delivery drivers come all the time. Where are you racing this week and stuff? Yes. whatever, man. Embrace
Las Vegas.
your love of it, right?
Yeah, exactly. Embrace it.
Yeah.
Come out the closet.
Come out of the closet and just rep it. If people think you're a dick, they're probably a dick anyway.
Agreed.
Sean Thompson, he just booked Fred in for Easter.
Good.
Yeah. Is he got an exam yet?
Him down there. Not yet. No, sadly, he's playing hard to get, but we'll get him there. We'll get him there in the end. He'll see.
We got that sniper says airsoft for the win. Maybe he can give me some tips. He's a sniper.
Yeah, exactly.
Ivan's back in with the dogs.
Good. Ivan, I'd asked you if you were ripping it up with your truck, and you didn't give me an answer. Very early doors of this. So you still out there making it happen with your truck?
Of course he is. He was inquiring about 319 earlier.
Very nice.
Yeah. Kev Brunsden, we proved at the weekend that everyone will get stuck in and help out within our team, and others from the track help out. I had Darren pit for me in the final. There you go.
That Darren HB, yeah. I mean, Darren HB he's a gent, isn't he? So.
Yeah, he is. Who's Darren HB?
Hayden Ball.
I
guess.
I instantly thought hot bodies.
Yeah.
But Hayden Ball.
You could argue that he's got a hot bodies. I mean, he's pretty ripped, isn't he, to be fair? But either way, he is a gent of RC and would undoubtedly help anybody out, wherever you drive.
Yeah, he's a lovely guy. That sniper, back to the topic of RC. Is there any update on your plans to cover Nemo Raceway?
No further news other than we are working hard to try and make that happen.
There you go. Chris James, was Mike Penfold wearing a purple shell suit? Yes, he was. Craig Hammer, Mike looks like he's on a skiing holiday. Yeah, he pretty much was. It was very wet that weekend. Quake, if this was against terrorism, we might as well shut down every fuel pump on the continent. That's true, but yeah. Stuart Baldridge, any news on stability with Yokomo? I mean, Yokomo's all pretty much as normal. It just looks worse in the media than what it actually is. And Ivan Bingham says, yes.
Good man, Ivan.
We are caught up. And while I'm talking, if everyone give us a thumbs up, that would be wicked. I just want to see a little thumbs up or a thumbs down as we.
Well, yeah, no, that you've done it wrong. Everybody give us a thumbs down to help our matrix.
Yeah, there you go. So, what else you got?
I think I had some very Nemo team-esque questions come in on our group thread that we have, which are very important questions nonetheless. Best Christmas dinner dessert was the first one I can see from Mr. Jones Senior.
So it's Christmas pudding with brandy butter and brandy butter sauce.
Agreed. And brandy.
I love brandy butter. So good. I could just eat it out of the thing.
And a distant relative dancing on the table. Possibly. White wheels are faster. True or false? That is from our very own CJ.
True.
False. You said you were going to run yellow wheels earlier on.
Yeah, I'm just going for the smooth, consistent setup.
Yellow wheels mean that you can actually see your car when it's 3.4 miles away, like at Hearts on the back corner. You can actually see what you're doing.
John, you know we only sell white, right?
I do, but you can get yellow dots stickers.
Okay.
I've seen them and run them. In fact, I didn't run those. I ran orange because they were better still, but that's a different subject.
Yep.
But yes, I have
ran orange
many
dots
times
once, and I won the race. That was the Italian job.
There you go.
Yep.
That's where you're going wrong. Let's get some on that win. Wrong, you keep winning everything anyways, but we need to get some more. There was a very large discussion between the North and South divide on whether dinner is dinner or tea.
So what's your view on this? As the police arrive.
Have breakfast. You have lunch. And you have dinner.
So what? I'm in complete agreement. But what do you call Christmas? That's that meal you have on Christmas.
I call that delicious. That's what I call it. And it could be at any time of the day, from probably 1 o'clock on till 6 o'clock. So I think that's a bad excuse that Northerners try to hold on to explain why they are slightly illiterate.
Yeah, a little bit.
And I love it.
I agree. For me, it's Christmas lunch.
Oh, look at that. Is it really? Is that what
Yeah.
you have? His
Yeah.
new bride.
Yeah. Because Anne asked me this question about a month ago now, and I was like, he's like, is it dinner or tea? I'm like, well, it's dinner if you give me those two options. But then when I thought about it, I'm like, no, we called it Christmas lunch. I'm sure, yeah, we did, like a Sunday lunch.
Do you know what? It is whatever you want to call it, and it really doesn't matter as long as it's nice and as long as it's with your family. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's
Call
it.
it Christmas breakfast if that's what we want to call it.
Christmas
I'm cool with
Brexit.
that. Christmas Brexit is also actually factually true.
So
We should have Christmas Brexit this year.
we've
Okay,
got 3 thumbs down. I like that. That's good.
look at that. Didn't they
Mo
make it
Pansar has left a nice little comment. He said, thanks for the kind words, JH. There were many reasons I quit, but he means quit, racing about 20 years ago. Your team ethos and love the sport is infectious and key to why I've started nitro racing. Man love to Nemo.
All right, that's awesome. Thank you, buddy. Awesome to read that sort of stuff. It's cool. That's why we do it at the end of the day.
Yeah.
That's cool. Very, very cool. I think we're super lucky to do what we do. Do you not think, Leroy?
What's that?
We're super lucky to do what we do. At the end of the day, you know, certainly from my point and yours in the later years, we've taken something that was cool to us as a kid. We've enjoyed it. We've had a good time out of it. And then we've found a way to try and give back into it. I think that's, I consider myself lucky to be able to do that. It's a cool hobby.
It was cool yesterday, if I'm honest, when we were at Hearts and the day was done. And you know what I'm like. I'm always the last fucking idiot to leave. Sorry for swearing, but I'm always the last idiot to leave. And yeah, it was wicked to be able to talk to people, and they're like, "Oh, you know, looking forward to the show tomorrow night." And
yeah, that's cool.
This is good, and thanks for this, or what did you do to this, or change this? And it was just wicked to be able to have those conversations.
Yeah, giving it back. That's cool. Yeah.
And it also highlighted the importance of this show, really, because I had a lot of people say that they're looking forward to the show tomorrow, and
Cool. It's good to hear.
Yeah, very good.
It's difficult to do these when there's not masses of content, but you know we keep trying to find some things to chat about and give our opinions on stuff whether you like it or not. We've been controversial a few times, but it is what it is.
We haven't been recently. I think for the next one, the next week, the Christmas one, we need to get a few more brandies in.
God,
let it go, let it all out.
I'm in.
CJ says Christmas dinners at any time, a similar convention as a wedding breakfast. And we're at the end of the comments once again.
I'm still scrolling through ours that are still running quite deep on the whole tea, dinner, lunch divide, which is all with the humour that you would expect from our lot, really, which is cool. Mr. Simonson said, just don't mention that Clancy won at the weekend.
Well, he did win. He won the qualifying race.
He did. And that was obviously Piranha Fuel that made the difference in that. Good Lord, where did that pop up from? I hadn't seen that. Okay, right, they keep scrolling past that.
You're not as prepared.
Was Team Orders involved yesterday, or did Leroy just ram Lewis off? Well, we covered that one, I guess, really, didn't we? I think there was some closing of the gap there.
Yeah, I did the full F1 slow mode it, and I went, look at your angle, your wheels, lad.
Yeah, it's good to see.
Bless him.
Yes. Aussie Mega. Okay. Okay, I'm still on that one. Okay. I'm catching up. So yeah, tier 3 as of Wednesday for most people, which is going to put the kibosh in most of these races. I think that are going on. So Kev Brunson said
I'm of the assumption that I'm going down to tier 1.
Really?
Yeah, it's possible. It's very possible. Like West Berkshire, where I am, has a very, very good infection rate.
Right.
But
that'd be cool.
Fingers crossed. They probably won't. It will probably stay in tier 2.
London is being told they're now in tier 3, and then it's got Peter Kay going, Northerners, welcome to the party, you southern bastards. That's a pretty good ending, and quite apt as well, because somehow, despite having all the people everywhere doing everything, they've managed to keep London out of their tier 3. And I think it's probably apt that it's actually in tier 3 in some ways, because the bits that I've seen out and about in London, it's been fairly crazy with the amount of people that have been around everywhere.
Yeah, I'm
pumping
sure
each other in Christmas spirit.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I think we're there. We've managed to get another week in, I think, mate.
We have done again another hour and a quarter.
Very good.
We go overtime. We go overtime on this year.
Good.
Simon Lee says you need to tell us how Nemo came about on one of his shows at some point, but that'll probably be for the next week.
Yep, we'll roll that over to a question for next week, and we'll attach it.
Yeah. So yeah,
we've got four not likes now, which is good.
Yeah, going well. All the funny guys out there.
If you don't like us, make sure you subscribe. That's all I've got to say.
If you could subscribe and share it, that really shows that you hate us, because you want everyone else to hate us too.
Exactly. Don't be a hater. Be a lover.
Hater. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So there is a few races on next week. We will pick one to attend and let everyone know. Tomorrow I'm going to do a thing on our Facebook, just telling everyone the changes we made to our car and what they did.
Nice. That'd be good.
Might do a video on it. That'd probably be quite good.
Yeah, video would be good. I'd like to see that.
So I'll do a video on that. And yeah, might try and get Lewis involved because he's off work now. And yeah, we'll do all that. So that's pretty much it.
Perfect. Hit the dislike, subscribe, and with a bit of luck, we'll see you next Monday at 8:30.
We will.